Priscilla Johnson, and for my closed reading activity, I chose to use the book The Fantastic Flying Books of Mr. Westmoreland. This is a great book to use. It does a great job of meeting several Common Core standards, but it gives that deeper complexity of text that we're looking for. And you can use it K5. We've used it K5 at our school, and it's great. So today this is done after you would do a read aloud, give the students exposure to the text, and then go back and dig deeper with a closed reading. Morse wondered if his book could fly, but it couldn't. It could only fall to the ground with a depressing thud. So immediately the book has personification, books with human-like qualities. And if you look here, this is the book that's the depressing thud. And when I hear those words, I think sad or unpleasant or not happy, because depressing, that's what that means. So, and it's in black and white, so the visuals do a great job of representing what the text means. The flying lady knew Morse simply needed a good story, so she sent him her favorite. The book was an Ambiel fellow and urged Morse to follow him. So Ambiel is a term where you would have to figure out, based on inferring with the pictures, that he's probably a nice friend or a friendly fellow. Because of the picture, he's really excited and he's trying to get Mr. Morse to follow him. And if you look at the picture, he's in color and everything else in the picture is black and white. So that also sets the tone of the book, that Mr. Morse is very depressing at this point, and these books are in color and they have a lot of life in them. The book led him to an extraordinary building where many books apparently nested. Well, this reminds me, extraordinary building, an amazing building, a huge building, where books are nested and put on the shelves. So my immediate response to this was building a connection with, oh, this is a library. And the picture does a great job of, seeing the building and all the books coming into the building. Again, that personification with the books flying all over the pictures. Mr. Morse slowly walked inside and discovered the most mysterious and inviting room he had ever seen. It was mysterious because it was dark. Nobody was in there. It was a room full of flying books. It was also filled with the fluttering of countless pages, and Morse could hear the faint chatter of 1,000 different stories. I would stop right there, 1,000 different stories. So each one of these books has its own story to tell. Again, the personification is amazing. Faint chatter. It also goes into as if each book was whispering an invitation to an adventure. So when he walks in, he's in black and white. Again, he's not showing any color. And the room is inviting him to come in and just pick a book and read, to enjoy reading, to develop that passion for reading. When his new friend flew up to him and landed on his arm, it held itself open, as if hoping to be read. The room rustled to life, and so Morse's life among the books began. And I would just stop here and really notice rustled to life. And if you look at the picture, he is now in color. He began reading, and the books came to life. But then in the second sentence it says, so Morse's life among the books began. And to me, that means he developed a relationship, a friendship with books, and a passion for reading, which is awesome. Morse tried to keep the books in some sort of order, but they always mixed themselves up. The tragedies needed cheering up and would visit the comedies. The encyclopedias, weary of facts, would relax with the comic books and fictions. All in all, it was an agreeable jumble. Morse found great satisfaction in caring for these books, gently fixing those with fragile bindings and unfolding the dog-eared pages of others. So this just shows me that he has a passion to take care of these books, read different types of books. All books have their own story to tell. And it just made me, again, connect to a librarian. Sometimes Morris would become lost in a book and scarcely emerge for days. This happens to me all the time, and I love the pictures that it comes with because he's just running all over the words like nothing else in the world matters. He just is really getting that passion for reading, and it's really cool. I love that you can dig deeper with kids with this and just show them that there is a passion for reading. And again, it does the same thing with this with the pictures. He's just all over the books and the words and just getting immersed in it. Morris liked to share books with others. Sometimes it was his favorite, but that everyone loved, and other times he found a lonely little volume whose tale was seldom told. Whose tale was seldom told. Well, that makes me think of a book that's not read a lot. Then he says, everyone's story matters, said Morris. And all books agree. So this to me, you can make connections here with everybody has a story. Every person you come in contact with, every book you read, we all have a story to tell, and we all matter. After a night, at night, after all the stories that needed telling had been told and everyone had settled down to their proper places on the shelf, the great big dictionary would get in the last word, zzz, so we would fall asleep. And it was then that Morris Lesmore would once again write in his own book. He wrote of his joys and sorrows, of all that he knew and everything he hoped for. So this is great because it makes you stop and connect how this character developed not only a love for reading and his life began through reading, but now a passion for writing. So I think this book does a great job of bringing in the personification to make the connections with kids and to also foster that flame of reading and to also give them an opportunity to want to have that passion in writing too. So I hope you liked it. It's a great book, K5, to use.